Joe Clubs here. I am with Sentry / Fadden for the first time since his graduation. Guys, we're so excited to have him back. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service. Thank you for putting up with all that bullshit for the last 3 months. We're so proud of you, and we're glad to have you back. So I know there's a lot of people been waiting for this moment. We're going to sit here for a minute and just kind of check in with him and see what the experience was like. We'll start with, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your boot camp experience?
The first half, 2 out of 10, but that was just because I was sick. I had a nasty cold and a little bit of pink eye for a while.
Nice.
But once I actually got things going again, 7 out of 10, I would say.
That's good. How would you guys? Let's get a 1 out of 10, guys. Rate the birth control glasses. That's what they call them for us, anyway. He hasn't shown off the hair yet. We'll force him to do it by the end. He's wearing a nice Garrison cap now, though, looking spiffy. They don't have him in a jacket for some reason, even though it's raining and only like 50 degrees out here. They thought it was too warm, so that's the Army for you. I'm fitted out. Let's see. Question number 2. What is the most interesting thing that you learned? What was the most fun thing, too? Interesting and fun.
Most interesting and fun. Tossing a grenade, an M2 frag grenade is pretty good.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's fantastic. That's something that I never got to do. I left in what you would have called white phase, right? The middle phase?
Yeah.
I left after a swim week. The next thing I would have done would have been rifle and grenade training when I got DQ'd medically. But
yeah.
Let's see. What was the worst thing that you did?
Hammer drill.
Hammer drill.
So it's basically the first exam, and so there's 3 exams. So they got the first exam, but we had to sleep outside in the middle of the beginning of April, and it was pretty cold.
Checks out.
Yeah, so we had to. The way it works is you have to pull night ops when you're supposed to be sleeping. That's just standard guard duty, basically. You just gotta learn that. But it was, like I said, it was like 40 degrees, and it was just pretty chilly.
Right. Firewatch is hard enough on its own because you got to memorize it all, and then you're constantly doing it in front of people. You're gonna get screamed at.
Yep.
It's late at night. Yeah.
There's
a
lot more to the night ops that I can probably say. I don't know what I can or can't say, but.
Right. Best to keep that.
Yeah.
Play it safe for now on
Absolutely.
that kind of thing.
No, but there's more to it than just the cold. There's always, like I said, it's like guard duty. You have to take it like if it is actually guard duty.
How much swim stuff did you guys have? I know I had a lot of that when I was at Paris Island, but that's Marine Corps.
How much what?
Swim stuff.
Swim?
They put you in a pool at all?
No, we don't.
Really?
We didn't swim.
The Army doesn't have any sea lights. They made us swim in our BDUs and our boots.
We never
swim
got
our utilities.
That, no.
That's
we were always on foot. We were foot mobile.
Guys, so far my experience has been that the Army is less competent and more strict. that has been my experience since being here. Which you think less strict would be a part of it, but I'm learning the Marine Corps has more rules in the book, but we would skirt a massive amount of them, and you guys they make up rules that they don't have just to force you guys to.
The Army does that to some degree as well, but.
Guys, I see there's 3 viewers here. Say hello. He can see anything you say in chat. So
yeah, I just haven't pulled it up yet.
Here.
I was waiting for people to show up.
It'll come up on the screen too. I know there's some people where this is a weird time of day. It's 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, everyone's probably still at work or on lunch break.
Yep, that's where Gibbon is. But he said he'd be popping in. I thought Fadden got the card. He got the card. He got the $20 bill. That came from Gibbon. Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Heck yeah. Let's see. What else can I ask? What did you miss most?
Friends and family. Being able to talk to everyone here. It's just. No, it messed me up for a while. I'll be honest.
That's tough. Yeah.
My friends and family are probably the most important thing to me on earth, and I can't go without them. It was a really tough time, and in spite of all the difficult physical training that we did, and I don't have any upper body strength. I can't do much for push-ups. But even as difficult as all that was,
You lose muscle when you're at basic.
yeah, no, it's like it's exactly it. That was nothing. All of that was nothing compared to putting up with the cold at night was nothing compared to how much pain I was in just missing everyone. Like
The people you're around make all the difference. We missed you too. The difference was very much felt. There's a lot of empty streams out there where there would have been one spot filled, and that place was left empty in our heart too. But we're glad to have you back. This is super exciting.
Yeah, I don't know how
This is what we
often I'll be
missed
back for now. I only know that
Right.
I should,
Yeah,
in
go to
theory,
training.
have some weekends off now.
Right. I mean, if you're on base doing training, you're a soldier now. Like, you should have your phone the whole time, anyways.
I hope
think.
so.
There, from my experience.
Technically,
if
we're
you
still
are-
called trainees
Okay.
because we're still going to advanced individual training. So what that is for the job that I have to do in active duty is I'm going to be getting trained in now for that. Because for basic training or boot camp, whatever you want to call it, it's you're just getting trained.
For whatever reason, it wasn't showing. It usually shows me the chat up on there, but Given just said that you guys are chatting. We're not seeing it, so.
Yeah, it's only coming through. Oh, it's way behind. Oh, it's doing that lag thing again. I see.
Okay. So he's going to pull up the chat on his phone, and then we'll see that there. I'm sorry that happened, guys. Why is it doing this now? There we wait. All right. It made up its mind. We're good. He's going to pull up chat so we can see that. Sorry that we missed that. Normally it comes across the screen when I do IRL streams on my phone. That's weird. It could be the service out here is crap. I'm sorry that you've had to live in this
It's been
backward
brutal.
part of Missouri.
We don't get much
Otherwise,
for
I love
Wi-Fi.
Missouri. Missouri's a great state.
Ugh, we're gonna have to disagree there. I
Okay.
hate Missouri.
Really?
I
This
hate
has
it.
forever ruined it for you.
We had it in the last week during our last final exam, or the weekend before and going into our final exam. We had 2 tornado warnings in about 3 days.
Wow.
One was an
that's fair
F5
enough.
warning. One was an F5 warning.
Wow.
So I don't know if any of them
Goodness,
touched
what was
down. I never asked, and I never really heard anything.
Given had some tornado and massive hail experience while you were away. Did they say anything? I mean, they said they were chatting. Let me
they
know.
are.
We'll check up on that before we keep going. But on the way down, guys, Indiana was beautiful. You guys saw the IHOP stuff on Discord. I posted there what we got.
Given's not a great state overall. Yeah, no.
No, Missouri might be my favorite state in the union. Not gonna lie.
Nah, I can't. No. I mean, everything's better than Illinois, except maybe California. But my AIT is going to be about 4 months in response to that question.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got a little bit. I got until October, and then I'll find out more of what I'm doing then. So.
Who all is here?
I got Jay.
Oh, Jay, thank you for being here. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Gibbon.
There's also Sandals.
There's 5 people here. Sandals, nice.
So.
Thank you all for being here. I know it means the world to them.
Yeah, it does. I miss Repo, and I also miss my Bannerlord. I want to play Bannerlord so bad.
Sure. Maybe does Jay know a thing or two? I mean, Jay should know. Does he is he get his phone back after this? What would they drop?
Jack L opinion every time says Gibbon about Missouri.
This is my account. All right, I can say whatever I want. We've started doing tier lists since you left, and given that he has a streak out against me because we've had some differences of opinion. The first time he was right. The second time he was wrong. On the past few tier lists, he was objectively wrong.
He says that's almost as bad as when Jack said Mr. Hero is A tier.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Mr. Hero is A tier. Mr. Hero should be S tier. They just couldn't accept it. They were not ready for the full gospel, so I had to give them a watered down version.
I'm being ignored, says Todd. Uh-oh.
Todd, it's good to see you. Sorry about that.
You said...
His brain.
No, it's not the worst state.
His
It's
birth
not the
control
worst.
glasses are keeping him from seeing. That's what we
I am
call it.
biased against Missouri
From
right
seeing the
now
chat.
because A, I've had to deal with a lot of the weather, and 2, basic training. That's probably it.
The state is landlocked. I love that. I love the. I just love the vibe. I mean, the people are great. Injuries are great. It's like it's a lot. It feels like a very serious state. Like the people are pretty, like well put together. Yeah, it's very well taken care of. I like other than St. Louis, there's not much bad about it. And that you can add this city to it, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I think we're allowed to say where you are.
I'd probably rather not.
Okay, that's fine. I can say where I am later because I'm a civilian. They can suck my Semper Fi. What was I thinking? Anyone got any words for Sentry? Let them know. Anything you want? Any advice? Anyone who's gone through this before? I don't know if Jay's still there, but we'll have Sentry back too, coming for after he's got 4 months of training. It's really you're still training. For me, like you became a Marine after the Crucible, and that was it, even before graduation. So I don't know. Your rights should change though. What you're allowed to do and not.
Yeah, so for the other questions from Jay. I'm going to Virginia for AIT, and I'm going to be there for 4 months, like I said. I don't know where my first duty station is yet. They haven't told me. I'm hoping, so there's a way that I could possibly be back home for a couple weeks, maybe, to help out our recruiter in his office. But I don't know what all the specifics are on that. But I don't know if I would even be able to get that, but it would just get basically a way for me to recharge my batteries. But I wouldn't mind going into that office, though, either, to help him out, because, I mean, that's just the kind of dude that I am. You know that, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, man.
But,
yeah,
it's,
that's it?
No, but I just don't know where I'm going yet after Virginia.
What was I thinking? So other than the very nice fit, what is your favorite thing about the military life that you don't have in the civilian world?
That I don't have.
Best thing about being in the Army. And the benefits. Other than the uniform and the benefits.
Oh, I haven't had to pay for food yet. That's always good.
That is good. You haven't gotten to experience the Brotherhood. You get a bunch of chuckle fucks.
Having room and board is honestly really, really cool. Like, it's just that
they take care of everything.
The only bad thing about having room and board so far, I mean, it's basic, but it'll ease out as the career goes on. I guess my only problem with having room and board, though, is that, like, I'm away from my family. That's really my only qualm about it. But I mean, as long as I've got a way to contact everyone, I mean, that doesn't really bother me. I mean, I've got friends all across the country, in a lot of parts of the world. I got some friends in the Philippines, Great Britain. I got some buddies of mine up in Canada, everywhere.
Is your job likely to be deployable? What is your job? I don't know if they call them MOSs in the Army.
It's
but
MOS.
It is MOS, okay.
So I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but it's basically...
You are allowed to say that.
Oh, I'm not sure, but I'll be working on a helicopters.
Being careful. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm 15 Romeo for any of you military people out there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's like that kind of stuff you can look up in that is in the promotional materials is what those things are called. Mm-hmm. So that's what you can
But from what I understand, though, the likelihood of me getting deployed really promoted. Yeah. I misspoke, but getting deployed, my likelihood on that, also considering the way things are right now in the world, and who's all in charge, I can't really get into politics though. It's probably not
Rumble.
likely.
We do that now. We do Rumble now.
Oh, we do Rumble. This is news to me. Cool.
Well, you wear a uniform now, so you can't talk politics for like 4 years publicly.
That's true.
Sorry.
But I shouldn't be deployed per se very often. If I get deployed, like they consider places like Hawaii and Alaska being deployed.
Exactly.
So anywhere that's not continental U.S. It should be pretty much a safe time for me. I shouldn't be thrown into the midst of any bullshit. I mean, there could be still accidents. That always happens. But.
Right. You didn't come out with any promotions, right? I don't remember if you had anything on those.
I'm an E2 now.
You're an E2? Okay. Cool. So you did have something. What was it that you had going in? Or were you like a guide or something in training?
No, my recruiter got it for me right before I left.
Oh, heck yeah.
Basically, it was keeping up with my physical training.
Gotcha.
So I was doing a lot of that at home,
yeah.
and I would be going into weekly PT.
That's great, dude. You got a nice little pay bump. You got a staff. So what is an E2 for someone back home?
It's just another private. It's just a
Private
pay grade.
first.
Yeah,
Private.
Private first class is E3.
Okay.
So technically, E1 is recruit,
Oh, okay.
and then
okay.
they still call it private, but it's technically just cadet recruit. But then you got private, and then private first class. And then E4 is specialist and corporal. Like it just depends on. Technically, corporal is a non-commissioned officer. Technically.
Yeah, a corporal is a non-commissioned officer. That is true. Not a lance corporal, but corporal.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Someone else is going to ask about that. Shoot. How is the pay?
I don't know. I actually have not been able to check any of my stuff.
They got you hooked up with Navy Federal yet? Or do you have something? I feel like every branch uses Navy Federal. They give us our cards when I was in basic.
I have my card. Yeah, I got my ID card.
Recruit training for me. We just got a fourth person here too. Feel free to introduce yourself, make yourself known.
Hello, whoever it is. Let's see, I got to catch up on chat a little bit.
He's not a professional streamer like I am. I apologize. Like I'm holding the camera. Maybe we should flip and I should re-chat.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I do stream sometimes. Once in a while.
Okay.
I'm not professional. No, I'm not going. I haven't gone for affiliate. I do it only for friends basically. But yeah, I would love to run repo though, like, with all you guys again. Run some Star Wars or Fortnite. Yeah, I saw you guys were on Battlefront.
Yeah, we played. Though that's a big thing. I don't know if you heard about that, but as a giant push for Battlefront 3, everyone picked up Battlefront 2 again, all on one weekend. They broke 1 million players.
Damn.
Yeah. So the devs have talked about it, that they want to come back.
That's good.
The studio hasn't said anything about it other than like one part of the studio made a joke about it. So like they know that it happened, that we all want it. Yeah. It'll probably be like 5 years before we get it if we do still, but
what was that old game
soon.
mode on Battlefront 1 called? Was it Conquest or something?
On
you're on
the
the
original
stars?
reference?
Yeah.
Or
the original Battlefront, like there was.
Are you talking the first DICE one or the ones that came way back when we were like little kids? Like the stuff you would have played on like
the one that
PS2.
was on like the classic Xbox and 360.
Okay. That one.
Like there was a game mode on there. I forgot what it was called.
Conquest, yeah.
Was it Conquest? Yeah. But no, they need to bring that back.
They do. They really. I mean, Supremacy was the closest that we got. It's just they need.
What's up, Darby? What's up?
Great to see you, Caitlin. Thank you for being here. Yeah,
Baby Fed is the best, says Jay.
What
I'm being ignored. Oh no, I'm ignoring Todd.
Oh, Todd, we're sorry.
Being for the Republic. Oh,
for the Republic, indeed.
Yeah, for the Republic.
We got a real soldier for the Republic right here. Different Republic, but there is a flag up there actually. I can pan up to that. Look at that cinema, guys. This is the Jack of Clubs experience. There you go. For the Republic, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. I got one on my chest, man. I'm ready. It's a little bit wet out here. What else?
If I ignore Todd again somehow, he's gonna crash out. If I'm being honest.
He crashed out when we put the Clone Wars movie in D tier. We ranked the Star Wars movies. He thought it was the actual Clone Wars, so he went on like a 5-minute tirade before
the
we were
original
allowed to get a
Clone
word
Wars
in.
movie is S tier. That is
Not Gendy's Clone Wars. We're talking like the 2011 show had a movie halfway through with like Jabba the Hutt's kid.
Oh, that I haven't seen.
Okay.
That I haven't seen.
It's DRC. It's Gendy's Clone Wars. That's like S tier. I totally agree. If we didn't rank that, just you get it one free. I feel like
Todd ain't messing with a clanker.
Ain't messing with a clanker. Oh man. Yeah, no. I don't think a Yankee is allowed. I mean, Minnesota was Minnesota a state during the Civil War? How far? Because
it became a state in 1848.
We went as far west as Kansas, 1848. So yeah, it was a state.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was 1848.
It would have been a free state.
1848 was either Minnesota or Michigan. It was one of the two.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Michigan was like 1830.
I'm thinking about driving like after we're done here out to the state over. What's the west of Missouri? See, this is I'd never been west of Missouri.
Yeah, west of Missouri is Kansas.
Okay, out to Kansas. There we go. Out to bleeding Kansas.
1858. Excuse me. for Minnesota.
1858. Still a state during the Civil War. Never been farther west than Missouri, so this is about as far as I've been. We got a fifth person here now. Welcome back. I don't know if it's someone coming back.
1837 for Michigan. I was 1 year off.
For Michigan, okay. We don't talk about Michigan. Never say that name again.
Michigan is a lot better than Ohio.
What? Hold on. All right, chat. We're hanging up stream. I can't record me killing a service member. Because you just graduated boot camp, as a citizen, I feel like I owe you out of gratitude. I'll give you that one, but never again.
Gibbon wants you to go say hi to Patrick Mahomes.
Say hi to Patrick Mahomes. Nice. Yeah, I should.
Hi. Fuck.
He would definitely say hi to me. Come on. If we get like, we'll add him on X.
Why don't you guys go meet Taylor Swift while you're at it? Go say hi to her on stream.
Jack of Clubs is going. We have merch now. There's tavern merch.
You were saying that.
Yeah. There's tavern merch that came from Jay. So we gotta get you like a bucket hat or something. I'm sure no one will make fun of you on base for that now. They actually look sick though. The caps, especially the stress caps, they look really nice. And there might be Jack of Clubs merch coming to the store. It's a possibility. It's been floated. That'd be a gift from Jay.
I'll have to take
so
a
not
look.
going to presume anything. It was mentioned, but we don't know anything yet.
I got to get a laptop
we'll
for
get you a
myself
tavern
first.
thing.
I got to get a new laptop.
We can get you a mouse pad, a tavern mouse pad.
Ooh.
There we go. That might be the move.
That might be it.
Tavern mouse pad. Yeah, no. Well, but if you deploy though, we got to get you a tavern hat so you can rep tavern internationally. We're almost to 200. I gotta figure out something to get us over that bump. We're so close.
Yeah, that's a milestone.
Yeah, we've been at 190 for like a month and a half. I don't know what we took away that I gotta bring back. Maybe the pity parties is what it was. I stopped doing those. I was gonna do it like once a month, and I kind of forgot to go back because we were doing it every week for a while. Maybe we'll pick that back up. I don't know.
Oh no. Todd's about to crash out. He did so good in Super Bowl. He got blown out twice.
Look, Todd, they just
crash out on Gibbon. Oh, I'm a crash out on Gibbon.
They spent 3 months scrambling his brains.
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Gibbon, I just remembered. How about them Cavs, eh? Get shit on, nerd. I forgot who they lost to, but they lost at 6.
That is a deep cut. Dude heard only that. That's the only news that got through to him when he was at basic. That's amazing. No. You knew more than I thought you knew when you're coming. There's a few things that he's mentioned since I've been talking to you. That I'm like, how did you know that? I forget that. Like, we didn't have phones at Paris Island. They know let us have
I only
nothing.
had 15 minutes on a Sundays.
Yeah.
That was it.
And that's what he looked up with that time, everyone. Instead of calling you, he looked up whether or not the Cavs won or lost. Just
yeah, the
remember.
Timberwolves. Yeah, well, at least they got to the quarterfinals and they took a game. They should have taken 2, but they fucked the ball.
That must have been interesting to see. I don't know if they would
I
have been
didn't
allowed
see
to air
any of
that.
the games. I only saw the scores. Jay is wondering if Todd got bent over. That's crazy. Bro lost to an old ass Tom Brady. Oh no. Yeah, but you guys, what did the Cavs make it to? Was it the second round?
Fantastic.
Was it the second round the Cavs lost?
Gibbon would know. I would not. I am not big on. I follow almost nothing sports. I went to my first baseball game literally last week.
Oh yeah.
First time I've ever been to an MLB game.
Okay.
I've never been to a football game. I've never once sat in an NFL stadium in my entire life.
Yeah, I don't know how Cleveland's doing. How's Cleveland doing?
I don't know. Or a basketball game.
Mid-tier. I know Minnesota's doing bad.
That's not true
they're not
viewers
bad.
for that.
They're
I don't know.
average.
People maybe just rebelled. Lost so much respect for. I'm sorry. I've never had the time. Other priorities. It's not like they're enjoyable. They're nice to watch.
Baseball is so much fun. It's honestly my favorite sport.
Okay. That was a lot of fun,
baseball.
that game. We lost to the Dodgers. They creamed us. It wasn't actually that much of a blowout.
Oh, they lost to
I
the
gotta go.
Pacers. That's what
Lost
it
to
was.
the Pacers. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Pacers, unironically, have the best offense in the league, in my personal opinion.
We got a
Shitty defense. Apparently, it's better this year. I don't know. But apparently, the Pacers' offense is not very different from what it was last year, and that was arguably the best offense of all time. Even better than the Celtics.
Got you.
And they were cracked.
Wow. Okay.
It's just that the problem with the Pacers, like I said, no defense. But apparently it's a lot better than this year than it was last year. So, I don't know 100%.
Chad, we got about 5 more minutes left here. I don't want to keep his family waiting that long, but I know they're out there. But let me know if you guys have any questions for him.
5 games, the Cats.
Questions for Sentry? 5 games? Wow.
How many questions?
Do you guys have any questions for Sentry?
We lost in round 2 and 5. He's in full caps. He's mad. He's mad.
Is that given?
It's given. He's fucking livid.
When did you leave again?
It was March 18th.
March 18th.
Well,
that's right.
I flew out. I flew out on the 17th, but I had to report in here on the 18th.
Okay. So you were around when Notre Dame lost to OSU, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You were around for that. I remember that. I still remember that vividly because I got reamed. That's what happened every time I root for sports. Like, I try to get into sports, I say something that upsets Gibbon, and he destroys me. So you can blame Gibbon.
We need to do some fantasy football.
That's coming up this year. Maybe I'll have to check in with Gibbon if there's a spot in our league. Otherwise, club league, tavern league. That's an idea. Tavern league.
Tavern league. You hear that, Jay? Get it started.
If there's no tavern league, I'm making a club league. I will swoop in on that opportunity. That's how I'll get over 10. We do have it when the NFL season starts.
You finally made it to Minnesota. 2 months too late, there, Gibbon. 2 months too late.
He rubbed Sandals' head at my request. Yeah, no, that it was a layover. So he wasn't supposed to stay, but his flight got delayed, and so he had a layover, and then he FaceTimed me with Sandals, and that's the only thing I could think of to say in that conversation at 1 a.m. was, "Have you rubbed his head yet or not?" And he did.
Probably the
so
first
he has
thing
good
he
luck.
did.
He has good luck for the foreseeable future.
It was an accident. I wasn't supposed. Bullshit.
We'll make it out again. We do there is a trip for Gibbon and I planned to Minnesota, Wisconsin area this
I
year.
won't be there anytime soon.
I know, that's true. We'll have to find out where you get deployed to.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get deployed somewhere in the States.
Hopefully.
There's a possibility of a tavern trip coming up that's been floated. The NFL streams we're going to be playing Madden live once the season starts, either when fantasy picks up or when the proper season starts. Maybe I'll actually go to a game this year where we can stream the first ever Jack of Clubs football live NFL experience. I've been to a college game, just never the NFL, weirdly enough. I mean, it is the Browns, to be fair.
I've never been to an NFL game myself. I've been to a couple of Twins games for baseball.
Okay.
I've been to one college basketball game, but it was a local college. It's Central Michigan.
Okay.
It was just my local area when I was growing up, but as I was born and raised in Michigan, but I live in Minnesota now because that's where all my family is. But
so I got 2 more questions for you. One, what are you most excited about for the next 4 years regarding being in the military? Got to focus on the positives. You just went through the hard thing.
Oh yeah. Like, definitely what I wanted to do
celebratory
initially.
day.
I wanted to get out and just explore, I guess.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I was hoping on becoming a pilot. Maybe I got to get into warrant officer school somehow and do that though.
Shouldn't be too bad.
But
we got 2 more minutes. We'll be right there. Thank you.
But yes, I mean, hopefully I can get that pilot's license thing going.
Okay.
It's warrant officer school. If it's anything like basic, and they got to treat us the way they do, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I want to go without my phone again. That's the issue.
I think you should.
But
be fine
as a 15 Romeo,
you got this.
I should make some pretty decent money just off of that in the civilian sector.
Right, absolutely. You're set for life.
Yeah.
Then the other question is why 15 Romeo? What made you interested in working on helicopters?
It was
other than the obvious.
Yeah, it was a flight path.
Really freaking
pun
cool.
intended. To get into flight school potentially, but I mean, I just like working on vehicles because I was a lube technician for 2 years, and I mean I started pretty bad. I'll be honest. I mean it was just a new experience for me at the time, but but once I got it going, I was genuinely one of the best lube technicians in the state of Minnesota. I know a lot about cars. I'm not a mechanic by any means. I'm not gonna know anything about like all the fucking how to build an engine. You know, I'm not gonna know how to take out a transmission or anything like that. But I know roughly where everything is though. Roughly.
Right. Heck yeah.
So.
All right. Well, unless anyone's got anything else in chat, I think this is going to be where we log off.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
gotta
again
get
for your
some lunch.
service, especially this Memorial Day. We're very proud of you. We're so grateful to have you back, and wishing you all the best in these next 4 years. It's going to be great to have you back occasionally when you can make it. And we're all praying for you. God bless you, and God bless you all at home, and God bless America.
Godspeed, everyone.
Oh, I'm getting close.